Hey everyone, Dockwell here, and welcome to another video. Today's video is going to be a brief overview of the patch 7.33e. It just came out, and it's really just a nerf of every single strong hero in the game. That's pretty much all it is. It's pretty short. There's only a few heroes that were changed. I'm not going to go through every single line and every specific, change, but I will kind of give you the gist of what's going on with each hero. So let's just start. Broodmother, in the last month or so, whenever it was that I made the tier list, that was a couple patches ago, or a couple letter patches ago. Not a lot has changed, just a lot of things have been nerfed. And Broodmother was one that kind of just wasn't really looked at the time, but with the nerfs of everything else, people realized this hero is just a ridiculous right clicker. And I think it actually has been for a while now, but it was just with this thing now that people realized in the lane, she just can't die with this lifesteal, and she just becomes this right click hero that is almost just like a carry from any position, which is very, very annoying. So they're nerfing the right-click build kind of thing where her spiders almost don't even matter anymore. They're just like an afterthought. They are very annoying still, but they don't matter as much as they used to. And so they're just nerfing that kind of right-click aspect of her. I don't know if it's really enough nerf. It's really not that much. It was just some early level stuff and a little bit of later on in the game, but not a ton. So I don't know if it's going to kill the hero. It just makes it worse. And I think everyone loves when Broodmother gets nerfed because nobody likes to see the hero. Doom has been just very, very popular. It's just been overall this hero that just buys Midas and has this devour free gold mechanic. So you're just kind of the fastest farming hero in the game. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter how bad your lane is. Unless you're feeding, you can just kind of AFK in lane, kind of hit some creeps, do some aggro, do some random things, buy a Midas, devour creeps off cooldown, and you just by 20, 30 minutes, you have highest net worth in the game. It's just kind of ridiculous. So they're nerfing this a little bit. Again, I don't know if this is enough to actually make the hero horrible. This is a small nerf. I mean, this hero has been broken for a while, and I don't think this is enough to make this hero dead or anything like that. But nerfs to it are good because it's been kind of really good for a while now. Ember Spirit, I'm actually kind of surprised they're nerfing this hero because I don't know. I feel it's good. Don't get me wrong. Ember's been good for a while. There was a small period of time where I think it wasn't very good after it got nerfed into the ground, but it just kind of been stable for a long time, and it just feels like they keep nerfing this hero over and over again. But I don't know that it's completely busted by any means in pro Dota, which is weird. I know in pubs, if you're a good Ember Spirit player, you're going to own, and the Spirit heroes always seem to be no matter how much they get nerfed, the Spirit heroes are always just the go-to mids. It just seems like that happens over and over and over again. So, I get it. They're probably maybe just trying to get the Spirit heroes out of the meta. Void Spirit kind of went away a lot because he's been nerfed tremendously, and then he was really good with the change to make him universal, and now he's nerfed again. So, the same thing is happening to Ember Spirit, and actually later in the patch here, you'll see Storm Spirit was nerfed. I think they're just kind of trying to get away from the Spirit mid meta, which has just been the meta for a couple years now, if not more. So anyway, that's Ember Spirit. Enchantress has been one of the best supports. It was one of those things, same with Broodmother. Back when I made the tier list, I feel no one was really playing Enchantress. No one really realized this hero was really good. But then it just came to be that, well, actually it lane dominates, and it becomes a carry from the 5 position, and you can do so much with the hero. It's so versatile, and it's hard to kill, and you do insane damage. It's just good overall, so they're nerfing it. Makes sense. It's just Enchantress always does the same thing. Whenever she's good, she just does the same thing. It's just whether or not that is good at that time in that patch, and whether or not other supports do things better that make them OP. But Enchantress is just really good right now. I think just her matchups are very good. She dominates lanes. She does insane damage. Just all those kinds of things. Medusa, I don't think anyone needs me to really explain anything about Medusa. It's pretty obvious. This hero's broken. Now what's weird is they're not kind of changing the mechanic at all. They're just nerfing the hero overall and nerfing her farm speed, nerfing how much mana she gets back from Snake, that kind of stuff. But the main mechanic of how she exists, which I think is just stupid and broken, where she just loses 0 HP until she has no mana, I just don't know that that's a good mechanic. I think it just makes the hero broken, and I don't know that these small changes are really going to be that big of a difference. Now, obviously, getting less mana back from your Snake, yeah, that is good, and it's you're not just going to get half mana from a Snake, and then you just go from almost dying to just being alive. But that's still possible. That thing is you're still going to get mana from the Snake, and it's still going to be really hard to kill you. It's all still happening. You're still going to farm very fast, even if it's a little bit slower. I don't know. It's not that big of a deal. So the hero's still really good, I think. Morph is dead, on the other hand. This hero's actually killed, because if you just read the Morph Ag Scepter change, you steal half as much of the stats, and then you steal insane. What is it? 25% of the stats from universal heroes, which is ridiculous. So I think this hero's actually dead now. Thank God, because I don't think anyone loves playing against this hero. When this hero's OP, it just feels broken. It just feels annoying to play against. I actually think it's okay, like, to play against this hero and for this hero to be decent if it's like balanced correctly and it's not just like has like this stupid free ag steal thing. I just think they should just delete that. It's dumb. But now they nerfed it into oblivion, so it basically doesn't exist anymore. It just, yeah, I think Morph is just done, which I think everyone's kind of happy about. Pugna, it's just this heal bot. That's kind of what Pugna has been for the last few years. It's like the hero's either never played ever, or it's just really good because it's a heal bot, because there's like a Medusa, there's a Storm Spirit, there's a Lesh, there's something that you can just save people from in the back. In the back lines, you just like use your ult on an ally and they just live forever. And so that's still very good. And so they're just basically nerfing that a little bit too. And then nerfing the Nether Blast to make like the laning stage and the pushing worse as well. I mean, later in the, when it's maxed out, it's still the same, but just the laning stage. Storm, they're just making the stun a little bit worse. This is just nerfing his laning. I mean, he's a very good laner, but then it's very similar, or it's the same basically later on in the game. So it's not that big of a nerf. I actually don't think Storm's that broken. I think he's like fine. So it's just a little bit weird that they nerfed his laning stage. I don't know. I mean, I think the Spirit heroes, yeah, they get picked a lot, but it's just because they're like the most fun, dynamic mids. Like they're not just like who sit back and farm mids. So even when they're like not that good in terms of win rate, they just get picked all the time still. Techies has just been the best support for a long time. He just does insane damage. He's very hard to lane against because he's hitting you from so long range with high damage, and he has these sticky bombs. He's just a very good support overall. They keep nerfing him. I think eventually, maybe now, he will kind of go away, but it's hard to say because last time when he got nerfed, I thought he would maybe go away because they changed, I think, like the stun duration or something on the blast off, but then it didn't matter. He was still like very good because he just does ridiculous amounts of damage. It's super hard to deal with this hero. So I don't know if this is enough, but maybe, after the nerfs keep compounding, it just makes him put over the top as not a really good hero anymore. Timbersaw has been broken. I don't know, people are underestimating the hero. It's kind of like Brutus. A lot of these heroes, they were underestimated, I think, early on in the 7.33 patches, and then as everything else got nerfed, like the super broken stuff, like universal heroes, these heroes like Timbersaw, Doom, Broodmother, they just, like, people realize, oh, wait, these heroes are actually ridiculous. So they didn't nerf this hero's ags, which people are going all the time, but they nerfed, like, every little other thing about the hero. I think they did nerf the reactive armor like either a long time ago or maybe it was 7.33, but I thought it was like before that. They made reactive armor way different and worse. But then with the ags and everything else, it actually was not that bad. And so now they're just like nerfing all the stats and all the like damage and health regen and all that kind of stuff on the hero. So I think that's good, but I don't know, like if the concept of the hero is still exactly the same, I just don't know that that's enough. I mean, these like 10 damage max level here, like 10 damage on all levels, I think it is. Yeah, like, I mean, 10 damage, dude. Come on. I mean, I know it's pure damage, right? But it's 10 damage. I don't know. I never really feel like these nerfs do anything. I mean, they've done that. Like, if you just look up, they've done this to Medusa, like, the last 5 patches, and it hasn't done anything to the hero. It's just kind of stupid when I feel like when they make these small changes. And then Undying has been very, very good. It's kind of like a mini Pugna thing within this tombstone you can play around. And then the shard is really one of the biggest things I think that has made the hero more viable, because now it's not just doing everything that Undying always has done, which is dominate against strength heroes and like melee heroes in lane, and then have like a really, really good team fighting ability. But now you can actually save allies with it. So he has a save on top of that with his shard, which is just really good. So they've kind of just changed this a little bit. And nerfed him a little bit. I don't know that this is enough. I mean, the shard is just like a save. It's good overall. So I don't think that changing, like, these changes really do that much to the grab ally all that much. Like, you can still, it's still a save, and it still does what it does. So I don't know that it does very much. It's kind of like quality of life changes. I think the hero's still very, very good. And that's pretty much the patch. The main thing that I'm going to say is that they didn't nerf Slark, which is awesome. I love that. I actually don't think Slark is that good, like in pros. I think he's pretty good in pubs, and I really like the hero, and I love playing him. So I'm glad he's not getting nerfed. I hope he doesn't get nerfed. I think he was nerfed enough already. Maybe other people disagree with that, but I just like Slark, so I want to keep playing him. They also didn't nerf the Jug 20 talent, which is great, because those are two heroes I've been playing a lot recently. So yeah, I'm happy about that. None of my heroes really got nerfed. I mean, I do play Storm a lot, or at least I used to, so it kind of sucks that they nerfed him a little bit, but I haven't played him much recently. So anyway, they haven't nerfed my heroes. I'm happy about that. Let me know what you think. I think this is overall a good patch. I mean, it's very small, but it just nerfs a lot of the strong stuff, which makes sense. So anyway, that is patch 7.33, guys. Let me know in the comments what you think about the patch. As always, guys, like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.